Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday evening. I hope you had a restful day and you're ready for work tomorrow. Mama, good evening. If you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know in the chat. If you can hear me loud and clear, notify me in the chat. Thank you, Momo. Good evening, Patience. I hope you all had a great Sunday, a restful one. Tomorrow is another work day. Okay, let's get to it. It's day 3 of the Speak Up Live experience. Day 1 was great. Day 2 was great as well. And here we had day 3. Can you still see my slide, please? I think I turned it off. Okay, it's back up. So it's day 3, and today we will have a question and answer session. Whatever questions that you have about communication, feel free to ask here. I'll try my best to answer all your questions. If there's anyone I'm not sure of, be sure that I will not misinform you. Be certain of that. So over the last 2 days, we were able to make incredible progress. Day 1, we learned why we freeze when speaking. And I gave 2 strategies that you can use immediately you find yourself on the spot. We have the bridge the gap, where we have the emergency phrase, a phrase that you can quickly chip in to help trick your brain that you're still communicating. And then the second strategy is the synonym swap, where you could quickly describe the word you can't seem to bring out of your tongue, or you can't seem to retrieve from your passive band. We also learned 3 exercises that you can do to help you improve your fluency so that you do not always experience the freezing moment. Then yesterday, day 2, we had a breakout session. Before the breakout session, we practiced the assignment we had on day 1. I'm glad we had 2 volunteers and they did incredibly well. We also talked about our elevator speech, where you introduced yourself professionally. We also had, I think, 3 volunteers. And then we went for a breakout session where we had a scenario where you gave solution to a particular problem in your line of work. So today will be a bit different, where we will have our questions answered. But of course, I know that by now you should already know the difference between just knowing English in your mind or in your head and the actual speaking. In school, then, we learned English as a language, which is why the name is English language, not as any other subject. So we must be able to get in the act. And like the saying, what is worth doing at all is worth doing well. So remember, fluency, speaking English is not about perfection. It is not about perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, perfect vocabulary. No, fluency is more about flow, which is why we say fluent speakers are smooth speakers. They're able to put out their ideas in a flow such that there is no unnecessary break and all. When they get to those points where they needed to freeze, they're quickly able to maneuver, and that is why we are here. which of course helps with confidence. So now the floor is open for your questions. And of course, I will be here to give answers. If you have questions about what we did day 1 and day 2, feel free to ask. Or any other question about communication, feel free to ask. As I was preparing to join this session, I hurt my feet and it's hurting me badly. That's what I'm trying to check. Maybe it's bleeding or something. So feel free to ask your questions. I'm still here with you. I just need to quickly check my feet. Oh, it's bleeding. It's not that bad. I'll get back to it. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. So your questions, let's get to it. Please ask your questions. If you would like to unmute, you can raise your hand. I'll give you opportunity to unmute. And if you would like to type in the chat, feel free. Questions around communication, fluency, eloquency, grammar. Feel free. Thank you, Falashade. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Deborah. It's question time. Any question at all? I'm waiting for your questions. I told you yesterday that today will be about questions and answers. That you should start writing them, putting them together since last night, so that we won't have to start looking at each other's face, doing nothing. So no one did. Okay, I think I lack words for expression. That's the problem I have, okay? The words to use to express yourself. That is simply working on your word bank, working on your vocabulary. Another word for word bank is vocabulary. Every word I have in English language, I'll call them my English vocabulary. Every word I have in Yoruba language, my Yoruba vocabulary, on and on like that. So it's simple. Now that you know what the issue is, all you have to do is get enough words in your active, look at that word, active, not just your vocabulary bank. We have 2 vocabulary banks. Each person has it. Active and passive. Words like cup, touch, cloth, TV, remote, phone, those words we use every day, they're already in our active vocabulary. That's why we don't think twice before they come out. And we were able to put them in our active vocabulary because we had used them repeatedly, over and over and over and over again. Which is why a child that is not yet talking, if you tell that child no over and over and over again, even though the child can't say no yet, he or she would understand what no is. So when you say no, the child will know you said no, because you have used it over and over and over again for that child. Same with adults, same with speaking. So it's simple. Ask yourself, what kind of expressions do you freeze in, or do you think you don't have words for? Is it in the line of your work? Is it daily life? Those kind of vocabulary, you want to learn more about them. Maybe watch movies where you can learn more about them, read novels, listen to podcasts, speak more to people in that language, in that situation, listen to them as they reply to you. Pick one word or the other, then give yourself a task. Daily, I will learn just one word along this situation. And after learning daily, I would ensure I use that word at least 7 times. So for example, if the expression falls around your career, so every day when I get to the office, I would communicate in English more so that my colleagues can use such words. And then when I hear one that I've not heard before, or I don't even know how to use, I struggle to remember it, I would purposely, intentionally use that word that same day at least 7 times. So what that does is it helps the word to move from just being a passive word, just a word you heard on the way, to being a word you have repeatedly used. so that the next time you want to use it, it's easier for you to retrieve it. I hope that helps, ma'am. Any other question? How do I overcome problem of speaking? What problem it is? We have different problems in speaking. Just like someone just talked about expression, having enough words to express what they feel or what they have in their head or in their mind. Another is what we talked about for 3 days, freezing. Freezing because the right word is not coming out. So what part of speaking is it? Thank you, Victoria. How will I overcome mother tongue? Okay. Mother tongue, that is in the area of pronunciation, where when you want to speak another language, you sound like you're speaking your own language, or you even use code mixing, or is it code switching, where your language would always pop in. It's normal. It means that you have not, number one, you have not learned how to pronounce words in that other language. Each language has its features, its characteristics, the same way each person has their features. Two girls born of the same mother and father won't look exactly the same. They have their own features. One might be petite, the other might be on the chubby side. So they have their features. Same with language. For example, in the English language, let's compare English language and Igbo language, because according to your name, I think you're Igbo. One of the things that differentiates these two languages is the stress placement. Most Nigerian languages are syllable timed. When we speak them in syllables using the same energy. So, for example, if I want to call your name, I will say Ogochuku, Ogochuku. The 4 syllables, I would use the same energy in pronouncing them. In English, it's not like that. English is stressed timed, not syllable timed. In English, for me to pronounce the 4 syllables in your name, one of these syllables must be said louder, longer, and clearer. Which is why if a native English speaker wants to pronounce your name, they might say something like Hugochuku or Ugochuku. They pronounce it in a way that it sounds like they're singing up, down, up, down. That is the features of English. So you need to learn pronunciation. You need to learn the features of English so that you can differentiate the ones that you have in your language, the similarities of English pronunciation and Igbo pronunciation. And then you can also know the differences between Igbo pronunciation and English pronunciation so that when you speak them, when you get to the ones that are different, you're able to work around your tongue and your speech organs to sound like you're speaking English. So I hope that answers your question, Ugochukwu. Knowing what to say, but unable to say it. Why are you unable to say it? Is it that you can't remember the word? Is it that you don't know the word? Is it that you can't pronounce the word? Or you can't even arrange the word together? Which one is it? Not knowing what to say. Knowing what to say, but unable to say it. Why are you unable to say it? So we need to know the reason. Good evening, my dear Diction Queen. Please, how do I overcome lack of confidence and how do I understand IPA easily? Okay, let me start with the second question. The first time I was exposed to phonetics, I had issues understanding the IPA as well. And then what I did was I crammed it. I had to cram all 44 sounds. And it was easier that way at that time. But then when it comes to speaking, I struggled. Then thanks to Miss Rosemary, another coach that I had, then she made me understand that it's quite easy. How? Here was a strategy she taught me, which I used and it worked for me. Maybe it would work for you as well. So all you have to do is each sound on the IPA, link it to a sound in your native language or to another language that you're so good at. So that once you remember that sound in that language, it becomes easier for you to remember that sound in the English language. So take, for example, one of the sounds I struggled with at first was this sound, the long O sound. I'm trying to use my pen. This sound here. O. And this other one, O. I struggled with these two sounds a lot. And how was I able to overcome them? It was just linking these two sounds to a sound in my first language, and a language that I have understood before I started learning the IPA. So what I did then was, in front of this symbol, I would write the sound, what the sound looks like, with what it is written or how it is written in that other language that I was conversant with. So to put it in front of this. So when I need this sound, I'll just remember, okay, here is a sound in Yoruba, and I was able to put them on. Another issue I had when I was learning the IPA is remembering each sound in a word, being able to identify the sound in a word. That is a dictionary thing. You might not be able to identify all the sounds in the word, even the diction queen. There's some words that when I hear, I need to still go check the dictionary. But of course, before I check, I'll transcribe, then check the dictionary to see if I'm correct. So that's another exercise you want to start doing. If you have mastered the sounds yet and you can transcribe, you might want to start transcribing words that you're not sure of, the sounds that you have there, then check in the dictionary. That would help you see if you're progressing. That would help you see how much you know, and of course, would help you know where you need to focus on more. I hope that answers the second question, Samsung. Now, the first question, how do I overcome lack of confidence? One, confidence is within. Confidence is something you wear, something you carry. It is just who you are as a person. Now, if that is then lacking, you need to ask yourself, why? What happened? Is it from the part of knowing? When we don't know something, we lack confidence in that thing. Imagine I am at a conference or at an event and I'm asked to talk about, maybe I'm asked to talk about parenting. I wouldn't feel that much confidence. Why? Because I do not know so much about it. But imagine I'm asked to talk about English, even when I'm not pre-informed, or language. Somehow, because of experience, knowledge, practice, trainings, and all of that, it's easier for me. I will be able to say something that makes sense, and that would give me confidence. So confidence also comes from the place of knowing. So if confidence is not coming naturally to you, you need to ask why. Is it from a place of knowing? Is it because maybe you don't know this, right? Or maybe because you feel your English is not good enough? That is still knowing. So once you know that this is why I like confidence in this, then try to know that thing. Try to know it. Another thing that affects confidence is our look. Look. To me, fashion is not just about looking good. It's about you being confident in yourself. You being comfortable in what you're wearing, in what you have on, such that anywhere you find yourself, you're okay. Imagine ladies that wear short clothing and all. You realize that they get to some places where they start to drag it down themselves. Why? Because they're not comfortable again. So that's not then fashion. Fashion should be you putting on what you're comfortable in, such that whether you're prepared or not, when they call you out of the stage or when they call you on stage, you know you're representing yourself well, you know what you want to say. What more do you lack that would reduce your confidence? So confidence also comes from a place of comfortability. Are you comfortable in what you're wearing? Or it could be your footwear, it could be your dressing, it could even be your skin, your hair color, etc. Are you comfortable in that? So you need to ask why, because confidence comes from the inside to the outside. Now, sometimes we kind of replace confidence with shyness. So you also need to ask, is it that I'm shy? If you're shy, you cannot be shy every time. Am I shy for this set of people? Or am I shy in this kind of situation? For example, when you speak Yoruba and they call you, let's assume you attend, you're a Christian or Muslim and you're in your religious center and you're called out to speak in your native language, do you still feel lack of confidence? Now compare it to when you're called out to speak English language. Which one feels much better? So it could be the language. It might not just be confidence. Because sometimes what we call confidence is not confidence. It's we not knowing what we want to do, and then it makes us feel uncomfortable. It makes us forget. Sometimes there's shyness. Maybe you're shy when it comes to your bosses. And so when they're around, you're off balance. So it could just mean different things. So you need to understand what it means. So that would help you know what to work on. Okay, arrangement of words. That is grammar. Knowing when to use has or have or would, will, could. That is grammar. Learn it. Learn and practice. Grammar, learn and practice. So if I struggle with using has or have, the first thing is for me to know when should I use has when I have singular subject? When should I use have when I have plural subject? Okay, now that I know, when I'm speaking, I want to consciously watch out for singular subject and plural subject. But before then, it should not be easy for me in public to think of that at the same time speak. Remember, we talked about that in day one already. So what do I need to do? I need to practice ahead. I need to practice ahead, immerse myself in the language, speak it most of the times, especially when I'm in my comfort zone with my children, with my husband, with my neighbors, where I know no one would judge me. Use it there. Listen more to myself. Listen to other people. Watch out for their errors. Watch out for your own errors. Do that over and over and over and over again. With time, it becomes just who you are. It becomes a part of you. So learn and practice. Fear of speaking in public. Why are you scared of speaking in public? Are you scared that they would judge you? Are you scared that you might mispronounce your word? Are you scared that what you're saying is not correct? Find the reason why you're scared of speaking in public and deal with it. The truth is, when it comes to speaking in public, there's naturally this feeling every speaker has in their stomach that feels like some people, it could be wet palms, some people fidgeting, some people they forget their words, some people their eyes turn red, different emotions. But then how do you use that feeling? It is either you fight it, fear, rush your words, blah, 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 or you use the flight mode where you could turn that fear into excitement. And that is what good speakers do. They turn that fear into excitement. Have you seen someone come on the podium, take few seconds, and then they laugh it out? They say things like, it's really difficult for me to be here today, but seeing all of these beautiful faces, I feel so relieved. They're trying to share their fear with you, they're bringing it out. And one thing about public speaking is it is the first few minutes that keeps you off balance. If you're able to manage the first few minutes well, then you're good to go. That is if you're prepared ahead. Which is why I always advise people, if you know you're scared of speaking in public, the moment you get to the podium, do not rush to speak. In fact, the moment you're called from your seat, the next person to speak is Minister Fola Shade. You see some people, they quickly pack their things and they're running. Why? That already shows fear. That's not good. That didn't signify confidence. Take your time. If you must sit near the podium so you don't take eternity, then sit near somewhere you can easily maneuver. But even at that, don't rush. Don't run climbing the stage, rushing down to the podium. No, take your time. Confidence to your audience starts from how you walk down to the where you're speaking. So take each step purposefully. Show us your feminine side or your masculine side. Get there, survey the environment, smile. What are you trying to do? You're trying to calm your nerves. You're trying to tell that feeling, that fear that would naturally come, that I am in control. I am good. I am fine. They won't swallow me. My audience wants the best of me. So the first few minutes, let's say the first 1 minute, please be calm. Get on that podium. Just quickly use your eyes to survey around. Look for someone that is friendly or maybe a friend of yours that you can keep eye contact with. They help you feel better, and smile before speaking. Except you have a topic where you don't need that smile. Maybe it's a funeral or you're talking about negative topics or something. Aside from that, please smile. 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 It helps you. And of course, your audience will smile back. When I go to TEDx event, I love TEDx event a lot, a lot. Actually, TEDx Lagos, I love it. TEDx Lagos, most times they have about 24 speakers. And you know what I'm watching out for? I'm watching out for the best of them. I'd write what I feel this person did good that will make him or her be the best speaker. And when I get home, I would look at each of their charisma, confidence, work stage. Everything matters in public because, yes, they will judge you. And it's that judgment you're scared of. So why should you then hurry, do it shabbily like you're forced? No. So first understand why you're scared. If it's knowing, ensure you know your topic. I said it yesterday, don't memorize, do not cram. Do not cram your words. It's about communicating. You don't have to say it word for word the way it's in your script. Just ensure you're communicating, you're saying something that makes sense. Be yourself. Know what you want to say. And then when you get there, show the confidence, exhibit the confidence. It's inside of you. It starts from how you walk on that stage and how you begin. And if you begin well, the other minutes, it's just you. But the moment you start with fear, rush, and all, you might start to forget your lines and all. But if you're calm, it's easier for you. Even when you forget, you're still calm. So that way you can easily put the thoughts together, what you intend saying in another way. The objective is to communicate. My challenge is I write very correctly, but to speak out is a problem. Speak more. If possible, ditch writing for now. If possible, if it won't affect your career or something, stop writing for now, except you must write. Even when chatting, don't type. Voice note. So the way you think when you write is the way you should think when speaking. And there's a way you think when you write that makes you write well. Bring that thinking. We talked about mental translation yes on our first day. So use your thinking pattern when writing. Bring it to your speaking. So do not write for now. If you must write, talk. Talk. Now we have apps that you can talk in and they'll write your script for you, whether it's a proposal, a letter, whatever. You speak to them and they write it out. You can do more of that. Now, when you do that, you would see your errors. You can even use AI as little as ChatGPT. They have audio version. Click on their mic, speak to it. As you speak, it will type everything you have said. You can then read what you have said and find out the errors yourself. Do it again. You can try the 4-3-2-1 method that we spoke about yesterday and 2 days ago. Pick a topic, my wife or my child. Speak to, you could use ChatGPT, anything, any AI. Speak to it. When you speak to it, it write out what you're saying. When you're done, read what you've written. Oh, I made errors here. I made errors here. Do it again in 3 minutes. Same topic. Okay, I made errors here again. I made again in 2 minutes. Again in 1 minute. Even if it's just once, you can do it daily. Once means 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. That's one attempt. Another attempt the next day. Another attempt the next day. Another attempt the next. With different topics, you would see improvement. So, if possible, dish writing for now. Bring your thinking cap, the thinking pattern you use when writing, bring it to speaking and use AI to help you practice over and over and again. Your speaking would improve. Now, don't limit your speaking to that exercise. Speak outside as well. If you're the type that speak a lot of Yoruba, you might want to reduce it and start to speak a lot of English, right? Speak it, immerse yourself in the language, speak it, speak it, speak it, speak it over again, over and over and over again, and criticize yourself. That would help. I can write, but I can't speak well. Anytime I'm asked to make a speech, I feel so ashamed. What could be my area of concentration? Okay, first, why are you ashamed? Why are you ashamed? We need to know why you're ashamed. Do you feel you're not coherent? Maybe you don't have structure. What you're saying don't have structure. What you're supposed to say at the beginning is what you say at the end. Or maybe when you're done, you feel like you left some important aspect you should have talked about. Or you feel like your grammar is bad. Why are you ashamed? You can also use the practice I shared earlier, the 4-3-2, exercise. So pick different topics talk about them 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. AI will write it out as you speak, then read what you've written, since you write well, so you can understand from your writing if you did good or you did bad. And that way you can know which area you need to focus on, what you need to do. In fact, one good thing about AI is if you mispronounce, they will write it the way you pronounce it. It might not make sense to them, but they will just write it out for you. And then you feel like, okay, what is this? That means I didn't pronounce this word well here. If it is bad grammar as well, if it is Claudia, Claudia would kind of underline it for you to know that this area has poor grammar. Good evening, Diction Queen. I'm sorry if I'm digressing. Please, I'm among the last batch. Have done all assignments, remaining the last one. Please, what's my project? I have chatted you severally for it, but no response. Thanks. Maybe you're chatting our old number. Please chat the number they use in sending the link tonight. The project is simple: to pick a topic, talk about it, and also share your experience in the Diction Mastery Academy as a video, then send it to the group. Most groups are closed right now anyway, so you can just send it to our DM. Okay, I can read and write, but don't know how to speak English. Please help. I think I've answered that already. How do you strike a conversation in a social gathering? Okay, the first thing, of course, is that confidence. Once you have that confidence, it's easier for you to start a conversation. Another easiest way to start it is greeting. So in the social gathering where maybe you're sitting in a circular way, group by group, if not even group by group, maybe line by line, once you get there, even if you're the first person to get there and someone is joining you, once they're seated, welcome them. That is a good way to make them feel welcomed, to make them feel like you're a friend to them and you're open to conversation. Oh, you're welcome. If it's, for example, if it's a TEDx event, I like to say, you're welcome. Have you seen the list of speakers? The person might say yes, no. Okay, no, I will show it to them, yes. Who do you think would be your best speaker today? We just started a conversation. If it's a birthday event, whether you're there earlier or late, hey, welcome. Have you seen the celebrant yet? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Okay, she just went around now. Please have your seat. Someone will come around to take your order, things like that. Just start somehow. A lot of times people would say things like, oh, you dress nice, or I love your color, I love this, I love that. Please be truthful about that. Be truthful about it. If you do, yes, fine. Now, one thing is, starting a conversation is quite easier. It's keeping up, making the conversation continue. I think that's the tough part. Because imagine a situation where you're telling me, oh, I love your outfit. And ordinarily, I would say, oh, thank you. I'll smile and walk away, right? That's just a normal thing. But in a situation where, oh, I love your outfit, and I smile, oh, thank you. I love yours too. Thank you too. That's it. So what's next? Talk about something that don't have end-to-end answer. There's something called open sentences and closed sentences. Avoid asking questions like yes, no, yes, no. Instead, ask questions that would make them talk for maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and then leads to another answer. For example, have you seen the celebrant today? No, I haven't seen her. Oh, she just stepped out. I believe she'll be back. Oh, thank you. That ends there. The conversation is over because it's a yes or no question. But what if it's something like, oh, hi, I'm just meeting you for the first time. I'm the friend of the celebrant. Are you a friend to the celebrant too? Yes, I am a friend. Oh, no, I'm not a friend. Okay. Are you this? Are you Deborah? I've heard about talked about Deborah before. It's really noisy here. Can you hear me very well? So you're asking, are you Deborah? Are you this? Instead of just saying, no, I'm not a friend. Are you Deborah? No, I'm not Deborah. No, I'm not Rebecca, but I am Bukola. Maybe she has not talked about me before to you. So avoid asking just questions that would reply just yes or no. Rather, questions that would lead to another question. I hope that helps. That works well both in formal gatherings and informal gatherings. I like to practice speaking with my sister, but don't know what we can speak about every day and time. That lots of things you can talk about. How old is your sister? Thank God for AI. Let me just even tell you what to do. Thank God for AI. Just go to any AI, tell him, I want to practice speaking English with my sister. This is my level of English. This is where I struggle. This is my strength. This is my weaknesses. It's not a must you know your sister's strength or weaknesses. So what do you think we can talk about? These are my hobbies. This is what I do. Just feed AI enough about you, what you need, where you are, and where you're going. AI would have a list. Tell AI to give you maybe a list of something you can talk about week 1, week 2, week 3, for 10 weeks. Sir, you get tired of it. So AI is the best. Just ask AI. You need to feed it well. You need to give it what they call enough information. I'm trying to think of the word to use. Enough information about what you need. Prompt. You need to give it the right prompt. So AI needs to know who you are, what you're struggling with, where you are, what you intend, where you intend to be, and who you want to practice with. So, for example, if you struggle more with conversations in the workplace, so you want AI to give you more of such suggestions. So you want to tell AI more of, okay, I work in the laboratory. I am this. I work Mondays to Fridays. We use words like this. My client ranges from this and this. So I want to speak with my sister, practice English speaking with my sister around this. Suggest topics, simple topics. Start with simple topics, from simple to complex. That way you would enjoy it better. Pronunciation of words sometimes differs. When singing like THE, it's sometimes difficult to say it with the tongue in between the teeth. Okay, I am not a singer, but I think I've heard people say when singing, you're allowed to use language a certain way. Like people would not really judge your use of language. So, for example, the song "If I Was If I Was a Boy" or "If I Were a Boy," I think it was sung by Rihanna or Beyonce, one of them. I think she sang "If I Was a Boy," but the correct grammar is "If I Were a Boy." She wasn't sanctioned because it's music. So in music, when we sing, I think I've heard it that you don't really have to go through this, that. But then I think I'm able to use the THE properly when singing. Then depends on the song you're singing. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. So I'm able to pronounce my TH well. But then you can be pardoned because it's music, not language thereabout. Please, talking about mastering sounds. It has been my greatest challenge as I can't really differentiate consonant sounds and vowel sounds. Please, how can I master them? Or please can, trying to scroll down. Or please can you do a voice record of the two what? Can you do a voice record of the two for us here so we can be easy for sir? I don't understand what you're saying. Okay, you want me to sound all the vowel sounds and consonant sounds? That's a lot, ma'am. That's a lot. I can do that. That's a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Did you register for the Diction Mastery Academy? If you did, you can just go back to the lessons. We have it there. And of course, we'd also have it on the My Fluent Speech program. It's a big part of pronunciation. Without sounds, you've not learned pronunciations at all. So if you didn't enroll for Diction Mastery Academy and you can access it there, I would recommend you enroll for the My Fluent Speech app where you can learn each sound just like a beginner, because we have sounds for children and sounds for adults. So you can even start with the children class if you pick for the family class, for the family plan. So you can first learn it. It was made simple such that a 7-year-old, 8-year-old can understand. You can first learn that before you move to the adult lessons. What should be daily discipline for someone who will gain mastery of English language? I would not even say daily discipline. I would say, should I say every minute? Every minute. Yes. So the first thing is to immerse yourself in the language. Immerse yourself in the language. The language should be a part of you. Immerse yourself in the language. It should be a part of you. Music, like real time speaking, movies, novels, whatever it is. I am back. So immerse yourself in the language. Everything should be English henceforth. It doesn't mean, excuse me, it doesn't mean you're cheating on your native language or you're being a bad, like some people would crucify those of us speaking English. Because once they hear you speak English so good, it feels like you cannot even speak your native language. So it doesn't mean you're cheating on them. It doesn't mean you're abandoning them. It just means that this is what you need at this time. So immerse yourself in the language. Music, movies, news, podcasts, reels, stories, videos on social media. Go where they speak English, and not just where they speak English for the fun of it, but where they speak it well, where they respect the language. So you need to start learning from them. You know, I love these series on YouTube. It's even on Netflix as well. Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon. I love it a lot. I also love to watch a lot of cartoons on Netflix and sometimes on YouTube Kids. Why? Because they're intentional about the English they use. Most times it's British English, and you see me pronounce after them. And now my husband is doing the same. When I pronounce after them, he would also pronounce after me. Not that I can't pronounce it, but if you listen very well, you feel like, wow, so beautiful. My husband can now differentiate between American English and British English via movies. So he would even be the one to call my attention. Oh, come listen to the English here. It's so cute. So immerse yourself in the language. Immerse yourself. That's the key thing. Immerse yourself. Speak it. Listen to it. Sing it. I don't know. Just everything about it. Everything about it. Everything about it. Intentionally. Learn from them. Learn. I believe that answers your question. So it's not something to do once a day or just 1 hour a day. It should be what you do throughout. Okay. Which other part? Okay. The next one. I'm a training consultant, but my problem is the ability to buttress my point. If I'm given 1 hour, 30 minutes for presentation, I'd barely be able to speak for barely 45 minutes. Okay. Are you always informed ahead of the time you have? I don't know the app, but there's this app that can help you. If you have like a script written, the app can tell you how many minutes you would use to present it. I can't remember the app right now. It can get to tell you how many words you have in it, whether it's even a training manual, and how many hours you can take it. Most times, if the app tells me I would take it for 1 minute, I end up taking it for like 2 minutes. I'm also gonna be like, you talk too much. So I work on streamlining. So I think you should work on that first. First, once you've prepared your training manual or whatever it is you're going to use, I can't remember the app now, so bad of me. I apologize. Use that to at least have an idea of how long it will take you. Then you can now start expanding. You can start expanding. You can start expanding. Now, another thing that would help you as a training consultant is don't be too rigid on just what you're teaching. Make your teaching fun. I have background in nursery education. So a lot of times when I teach, especially physically, it's always like more of we dancing, jumping, doing like I'm teaching kindergarten. It makes me as the instructor to feel at home. It makes me feel not stressed. eases my stress. That's why I do that. So what someone would teach for maybe 20 minutes, I can stretch it to 2 hours because I'm going to tell you stories. I will demonstrate. I would ask for your contributions. If necessary, I will sing to you. If necessary, I would ask you to dance with me. All of those takes time. Before you know it, it's a long time. You're not just being able to cover the allotted time, you're also being able to enjoy the moment, have your audience enjoy it with you. So the first is, if you have a particular training manual you use, you want to check how long it is. I can't remember the app, but you can just go on Google and ask Google, recommend maybe an app or a website that can tell me how many minutes I need to complete a written presentation or something. So once you know the time, you can then go through it again to see where you can expand, where you think you need to explain more on. Sometimes you might also need to be more practical by bringing real life things. In Montessori, we call it, is there a Montessorian here? There's a name for it. When I attended my Montessori class, I remember, we call them, there's a name for it. You bring them to class, show it to them, so have them have a feel of it, enjoy it. I'm not trying to teach you teaching. I'm just trying to say there are a lot of things you can do to make it long, to make your time long enough to cover the allotted time. Hello, coach. Can you please help us with videos of wrongly pronounced English words on WhatsApp group to enable us practice and perfect such words? And that is one of the things that those under my Fluent Speech program will be enjoying daily. But then for all the groups, we have today, we're counting the groups, and Nigerian groups, we have about 96 Nigerian groups. Ghana groups, we have about 30 something. We have Kenya groups, among others. So it's a lot sometimes to keep up with all of these. So I don't even know the group you have, and I can't start posting videos of all of those. I used to have the time before, but not now. Now it seems like I have so much to attend to. So I don't know if you understand me, Dash me. So I'm sorry if I might not be able to do that. Even the Diction Mastery Academy, I think we have 11 groups. So I might not even know the group where you're requesting this. So that's another challenge. Okay, I would disagree with you, ma'am, on using ChatGPT or other phone mic to learn good speaking, because when you make a voice recording yourself, it sometimes corrects grammar and write what it thinks you say. Okay, so what I'm saying, I'm not asking you to use ChatGPT to learn good English. I'm asking you to use ChatGPT to see where you make speaking errors. I think I cited that example when we talked about speaking. Someone that can write well but cannot speak. So use that to practice. It is not teaching you. You're using it to see your error, just like you say. You said when you make a voice recording yourself, it sometimes corrects grammar and write what it thinks you say. So we're not particular about correcting your grammar or writing what you think you say, but we're particular about it telling you seeing what you have said. Naturally, when we speak, we don't hear ourselves until maybe you listen to your voice and you're like, oh, so my voice is this bad, or my voice is this sweet. I remember the first time I listened to my voice, I didn't like it, right? So it's just to see what you're saying, to know where you need to work on. I would not recommend AI to train you on English. In fact, ChatGPT will tell you it's not the right person to edit your work or proofread your work. AI is the write it there for you. So they are not teaching you good English. You're using it as a tool to see where your weaknesses are. For those that are struggling with speaking, they write well but can't speak well. However, Mr. Rashid, if you have a better recommendation, please, I'd like to know as well. We are all here to learn. Okay, how do I avoid running out of words when communicating? First is to use simpler words. Do not try to use big words. Use simpler words. Second is work on your vocabulary, expand your vocabulary. Expand your vocabulary. That way you have lots of words in your active bank, so you can easily pick the one you need. You can easily retrieve them. So use simpler words and then have a lot of them in your active list, that aspect because of network. Okay. So let's do that. So I said that introducing yourself is simply having a structure, body, no. Introduction first, body, then conclusion. There are different ways. Of course, the common way is my name is etc. But of course, there are also other ways you can be creative around it. So let's get it. I might not say what I said yesterday. You know, this is not a prepared speech. Even yesterday's, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I didn't prepare it. So you might be hearing something different. So let's get to it. I didn't come with my cup of water. It's fine. Okay, I want to introduce myself professionally. Years ago, I read computer engineering. And in the university, then you see me keep quiet most of the times, especially where we had a lot of boys, or I would call them men. And then I was so good in engineering math that they would surround me. I would help them solve it. They'll come to my hostels, the girls, I help them solve it. But most times, aside solving mathematics, engineering mathematics, I was always quiet. And I can remember then I was called Miss B because I was such a fashionista. Moving forward to after graduation, I found myself working in a suite, an hotel and suite, where they have most of the customers as expatriate. It was so difficult to communicate with them. And then a friend of mine, Mr. Ola, said, Bukola, you need to go and learn English. And that was how I started. Fast forward to today, and now help people to speak English better. I help them to feel confident, bold, and sweet when speaking English. Should you need my services, feel free to call me. And for the records, my clients call me the Diction Queen. My parents call me Olubukola RB Agbalaya. And my husband calls me Adumi. Thank you. So I think I just did that. So I hope you got that, Madam Folashade. When using ChatGPT, I guess you speak up well and clearly. Okay. When I speak with the right diction, they say I'm forming and it kills my morale. Where should I start? I have lots of stories to share around that. Lots of them. It's normal for people to feel you're forming, but ask yourself, are you really forming? Diction is far from forming. Diction is speaking English the way it should be spoken. So are you sure you're not forming? Let me ask that question, because if you're not, it should not kill you. You should not feel bad for it. My coach, Anyofe, will say, see yourself as light and see them as darkness. Not even in the Quran or the Bible will light bow to darkness. So if you know you're not forming, you're doing the right thing, it should not kill your morale. Rather, you should see it as a way to let them know you're not forming. You know, why people think we're forming is that you've been with them for a long time. They know your normal way of speaking before you learned diction. And then out of the blues, you came speaking better. At first, it feels like, my friends then will say, Bukola, Ogbeni Sogonoma. It means Bukola. What's Ogbeni in English? Miss, speak well. Speak normally. Speak the way I know you. Drop this for me, Noga. Things like that, right? So if you make that mistake of going back to who you used to be because you feel like your friends is how I speak with them, then it means you're forming. When they see you tomorrow, maybe with someone else, maybe with a client or on TV, or where you need to really speak with proper diction, and now you're trying to speak with proper diction, they will now feel you're forming. Because diction is not an occasional thing. Rather, it is a culture. It should be who you are. Whether you're angry, sad, afraid, happy, excited, moody, in whatever feeling, whatever situation, if you're speaking English, then you should always speak it with proper diction, because that is the normal way to speak English. So you need to answer that question yourself. Are you really forming? Do you switch from diction now to something else, still speaking English? For example, when I speak English, I try to speak with proper diction always. Now, when I switch to Pidgin, I need to speak Pidgin with proper diction as well. When I switch to Yoruba, I need to speak Yoruba with proper diction as well. Each language has their proper diction. But what happens when you're speaking English? This moment you're speaking with proper diction, the next moment you're speaking anyhow. That is when people feel so you're forming because you're switching, you're fluctuating. So it shouldn't kill your morale because you're light. Because what is the title of the YouTube movie? Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon. Sheldon. Abdul Rashid. How do I read well and fast? How do you read well? Do you mean being able to pronounce your words when reading? And fast. Why do you want to read fast? My problem is grammar. I'm not good at it. Please help. Register for the My Fluent Speech program. The grammar lessons on the My Fluent Speech program, they are not just about rules. They're about using it, especially in the workplace. So I recommend that. I strongly recommend that. You're trying, oh, and you are a good teacher. Thank you, ma'am. I pronounced T. My sister heard C. How can I improve my pronunciation because of my gap teeth? Sounds that need that position where you have the gap teeth, even though gap teeth is not standard English, but that position where you have it, that those sounds that you need that position where you have the gap teeth. You want to start practicing yourself in order to be able to use other positions. So for example, T, you need both front teeth to come together. C, the same thing, you need both front teeth, but this time you're extending it to the extreme teeth, right? So all you want to do is, since you're replacing t with, but first, is it just your sister? Or is it like a general thing? Because sometimes it might be the listener that isn't listening well. That's another thing. Is it that the listener isn't listening well? So you need to also find out. You might test others to listen, or you might even use the ChatGPT I recommended earlier. Say T to it and see what it will spell out for you. So if that is the issue, so that those sounds that when you pronounce them, you need where you have the gap teeth. You want to find a way to manage it. So whether it's the T or the S sound. Lydia, how do you increase your vocabulary? Okay, by immersing yourself in the language. Watch movies in English, music, news, speak in English. And when you do that, intentionally learn. Intentionally learn 1 word, 2 words every day. It depends on your capacity. That way you have learned the word, you know the word. But then you need to use the word. Let's assume you're learning 1 word every day. So you need to intentionally use that 1 word every day, at least 7 times, so that the word is not just in your passive vocabulary, it is in your active vocabulary. Any other question? Yes, Sheldon, that's it, Olivia. Do I need to practice the art of speaking before attempting the quiz in the Diction Mastery Academy? Diction Mastery Academy or My Fluent Speech? Which one is it? For the Diction Mastery Academy, it's pronunciation. So yes, both can go hand in hand. How can I stop shaking mouth when speaking in public? Shaking. I do not understand that. Shaking mouth. I do not understand what that means. If you can expatiate that, maybe I would have answers to it. Have I been able to answer all questions? Is there anyone I skipped, or is there anyone you need more or another answer for? I'm not thinking I skipped any. Do you have more questions? More questions? More questions? I think I've attended to all questions here. How can I stop shivering when speaking in public? Okay, how can I stop shivering when speaking in public? Why are you shivering? Fear, not knowing what to say, or you were not pre-informed? Why are you shivering? Why are you shivering? Why are you shivering? If you have more questions, please ask. If you have more questions, please ask. I can see the thank you, well done, thank you, well done. I appreciate you too, thank you too. Okay, I think I'll come back to the questions. Let me quickly go through my slides and then I'll come back to the questions. So I have just one task this evening. Let's try one of your assignment sentences live. Say it confidently, I'll give feedback so you see immediate improvement. Who wants to volunteer? I've not seen Princess this evening. Is she here? And I can't remember Sa's name. Who wants to volunteer? Let's practice. Just one person. Just one person tonight. And I think I would prefer someone who has not volunteered throughout this 3-day program. Okay, Fumi, good evening. Good evening, Fumi.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you today, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm very well too. Did you try the assignment on day one?
No, at all. I wasn't available. Today is my first time doing properly.
Okay, good then. So let's try the assignment from day one. We'll quickly go to it. So here is the instruction. Let me take out all of this. So you are to choose a topic you can talk about for 1 to 2 minutes. Any topic. Then you speak about that topic for 2 minutes. Just flow, don't edit. Then while you do that, I will identify moments where you paused, repeated yourself, translated in your head, use filler words, or even freeze. Then when we get back, I'll give you feedback. Do you understand the instruction, ma'am?
Yes.
So quickly, give me a few seconds. I need to quickly get my timer. I didn't get my timer ready yet.
Okay.
I need to quickly do that. So pick any topic. Any topic at all. You speak for 2 minutes.
Okay.
My timer is coming up. Okay. And for me, you have so much time to prepare.
I'm thinking of the topic as you have.
That's a cheat. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My question is, why are people always scared about auditors? I've heard instances where people see auditors as fault finders, winch alters. People are scared of them because they see them as police and they see them as an enemy. But in real life, auditors are value creators, they are strategic partners, they are not looking for faults. They are looking for ways to increase and improve the efficiencies of our processes, ensuring that we are not sanctioned, ensuring that we comply with regulators and regulatory directives. They are there to ensure that stakeholders, be staff, government, investors are happy at the end of the day because they are not exposed unnecessarily to financial losses. Partnership is the main key. I will encourage you all to collaborate with them on any findings so that you can discuss the findings and they, in conjunction with you, will provide recommendations on how to resolve the issue so that we can see better results of the audit exercise. From you to me, or from you to me, do you agree that auditors are friends? They are not witch hunters. Thank you.
Is that a question? No, I do not agree. Yes, we are always scared of auditors because the next thing is you go to the bosses to report us and we might just lose our job.
No, they are your friends.
To discuss that. Don't mind me. I just wanted to make your ending engaging as you deem fit. That was fluent. Well done, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. I was watching out for when you took unnecessary pauses. I can't find any.
Thank you.
You used more.
Is there an area where I need to?
You used more of powerful pauses to make your speech powerful.
And I think I was struggling as
Okay, you think, but it wasn't obvious to us. That's the power of speaking. You know what you want to say. So most times when you feel you're struggling, because you did struggle in a calm way, your audience won't feel it. So struggling is not the challenge. The challenge is how you handle the struggle. If at the point where you were struggling, if you were like, you started fidgeting, maybe your posture, if this was a physical event and your posture is seemingly funny, we start to know, okay, maybe she's forgetting her words. But even though you're struggling inside you, because we are not in your head, we don't even know what you want to talk about, though we have the topic, but of course we cannot have word for word what you want to talk about. Then you got to that point where you're struggling, but you're still calm. No shaky voice, no unnecessary closing of eyes or looking up the ceiling or using filler words. There's no way we will know. That's the beauty of speaking in public. Be calm. That's the magic to staying confident. When you watch TEDx, watch videos, TV interviews, and you're like, oh, this person is so good. It doesn't mean they're not struggling as well, but they were able to keep the calm. They were able to manage the situation. They were able to change the fear into excitement. Believe me, I couldn't spot anywhere you struggled. I didn't hear it because I'm not in your head. I don't know what you're talking about. You seem all calm to me. Really. And if you ask me, I would say you're prepared already. Maybe something, a speech you gave somewhere before or something. But it seemed prepared. It seemed like a prepared speech. So struggling to speak is not the challenge. The challenge is how you handle it. It is how you handle it that would expose it. It either exposes you or help you keep in shape. And people will be like, oh, I love how you spoke out there. I want to be like, you're not knowing, you're still judging yourself. Like, I didn't give my best. I didn't do well. But then it's not obvious to us because you were able to manage it well. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much for the feedback.
You're welcome. Let's get back to my slide. So I wanted just one person, and so that's it. Well done, ma'am. So let's get back to the questions if we have questions now. Otherwise, I'll continue with my slides. My network is slow a bit. Okay. Great job. I wish I could speak like you. Trying to imitate you already. The pronunciation and diction is amazing. Please, how can I be this good? Like, how long will it take me to navigate through speaking like you do? Okay, first, you need to identify the stage where you are. Second, it's a personal journey. I have models too. I have people I'm trying to imitate, people I'm trying to be like. I have trainings I'm saving up for to attend, which means that you can be good. You cannot always be the best. There's always someone ahead of you. But then it takes work for you to get to where you want to be, which of course I will not discourage you. But then I can't tell you how long, because first, I do not know where you are right now. Someone who is just struggling with the IPA sounds, and someone who already has a hung of the IPA sound, and someone who can already transcribe, identify words offhand. We are all on different levels. So what it will take the person struggling with IPA might be longer than what it will take someone who already got a hang of it. So first you need to identify where you are, where you want to be, and then what it takes you to get there. What it takes you to get there is simply learning and practicing. When it comes to communicating, it's simply learning and practicing, learning and practicing. Just that you need to learn the right thing, you need to learn what you need, and you need to practice the right way to get the kind of result you want. So some of the things that I do, that I still do, I watch movies, a lot of movies in British English, lots of them. I mimic them. I speak with them. And of course, I do voiceovers for characters. So for me, it's quite easy. I can switch. It depends, right? So movies, podcast, movies, podcast. And then I pay for trainings a lot. So far, that has been what's helping me. And whether I'm at home or outside, I keep practicing because I wouldn't want to be caught off guard. I don't want a situation where I'm outside presenting and someone is making a video that see the diction queen. Oh, we have that fear also. How can I start a journey to speaking good grammar? Learn first. Don't rush your learning. The first grammar class I attended was 8 weeks grammar lesson. 8 weeks. We learn every Saturday. So whatever we learn on Saturday, throughout that week, I would ensure that I practice. After that, I attended another one, which was a 30-day grammar class. So we learn one topic every day, and practice as well. Those classes, they didn't come with practice, it was just learning. But because I already knew I needed to practice for me to be able to show it to the world that I have it, so I was able to discipline myself to practice. And now we have the My Fluent Speech program where you can learn and practice at the same time. The lessons on the grammar portal for the My Fluent Speech program is over 30 because it's a combination of the rules and workplace videos. So I would recommend that where you get to learn and practice. Learn and practice. Do not rush the learning. It's not just about knowing, it's about being able to do. Why am I too fast in my speech when speaking in the public space? I am a fast speaker. I intentionally trained myself to speak slower, especially when I'm presenting. I purposely, intentionally speak slower because when you speak slower, when you use a slow pace, you speak with finesse. Your speech sounds better. But in daily conversations or connected speech, I could speak faster. But in the public space, I intentionally reduce my pace. So you should not ask me why. I should be the one to ask you why. Why do you think you speak fast? Since you don't do that when you're alone, it's only when you're in the public space. Is it because you're shy, too much eyes on you at that point, or you don't know what to say, you're scared of making a mistake? You need to find the why. Search the why. Ask questions. Find the answer. And then be intentional moving forward. Be intentional about it. I'm from Ekiti. My dialect always reflects when I speak. That's like one of my lecturer in school. Learn how to pronounce English words. The speech organs that you use in pronouncing words in Ekiti language is different from the one you would use in pronouncing words in English. So learn it. You need to learn phonetics, not just diction or phonetics, where they would explain to you the what you need to pronounce this particular sound. And that is one of the things that we did differently in the My Fluent Speech program. The My Fluent Speech program is not just for you to learn each sound, it is also for you to know which part of the speech organs you need to put up, put down, put wider, put in front to help you articulate the sound properly. And of course, to help you weave the sound with other sounds that most people find confusing. So the My Fluent Speech program, don't joke with it. Isma, how can I use ChatGPT to improve on my public speaking? Which area of public speaking do you struggle with? The structure? Is it posture? You know, public speaking, I like to say public speaking is divided into two. I like to say it's divided into two. One has to do with content and the other is delivery. So is it the content or the delivery? Content, if you ask me, should you have good content or good delivery? I'll say have both. But if I must pick one, I'll say good delivery. But it's just like the exercise we had earlier with Madam Fumi, because she delivered calmly, because she was able to handle the delivery. Even though I disagreed with her, I enjoyed it. Speech making, presentations, you don't have to always have your audience agree with you. Thank God we have different types of speech. Some is just to educate them, not necessarily agree with you, just for them to know. Some is just to inform, to entertain, to persuade. So if it's not a topic where you need to convince them to agree with you, actually, if you're not a politician, then work more on your delivery. So, ma'am, which area? So I can help you see how you can use ChatGPT as a tool to practice and improve on that. Can you consider the video of wrongly pronounced words on the exclusive baby family deal platform? How can I speak on stage without shouting? Because I have a natural loud voice. And notice if I'm meant to be on stage, I naturally shout to communicate or teach, while some person can just do it slowly and clearly without shouting. We have different types of speakers, and that comes from who we are. It comes from this classification: a melancholic person, I can't remember the classification. I think there are about 4 of them, where someone would say, I am not the outing person, I am more to myself. Some other person might have a mixture of it, melancholic on this. I can't remember them. It defines what we exhibit on the public stage. What do I mean? Someone who naturally has loud voice and energy. The way that person will speak on the stage is different from someone who is naturally gentle and calm. So do not compare yourself. It's just like weather. Some people prefer when it's sunny and hot. Some prefers it when it's rainy, while others prefer it when it's harmattan. Same with that. So you do not have to be like that other person who can just do it slowly and clearly. It's just like when we go for praise night. Have you realized that sometimes when we go for events like praise night, musical scenarios and all, they'll put those people with energy. They put some of them at the beginning, maybe one energetic person, then they put the calm people, then another energetic person, then the calm ones, then another energetic. Why? So that the audience will not feel bored. So just be who you are. However, shouting is bad in public. Rather, don't shout. Rather, throw your voice to the back of the hall. You throw your voice when you speak from the inside. You shout when you speak from the lungs. Good morning, everyone. That is me shouting. Good morning, everyone. That is me being bold and loud. So speak from the stomach, not from your lungs. That would help you speak bolder, be able to be yourself, because that is who you are, without shouting. But do not compare yourself. Since you speak naturally, you're a loud, bold person, then be you. How can I position myself while speaking? Because my voice shakes while I speak, especially if the place is crowded. Even if I know what to say, I would go blank and confused when I see plenty people. Okay. You need to start practicing speaking to a lot of people. You can start practicing by imagining you have a lot of people around. Depends on what you do. There's some job or career that you cannot do without it. So if you find yourself in such situation, or you might not even find yourself there yet, or you might in the future. So I do not think it's something you should shy away from or run away from. I love that you're trying to get help. So keep practicing in front of them. Now, when you go blank, try to remember your content and put it another way. You do not have to say your content word for word. I said that earlier. It doesn't have to be word for word. Then try to manage your feeling. The fear that you have, try to put that feeling, turn that feeling into excitement, from negativity to positivity. Another thing that can help is you might need to implant, we call it implanting a bomb in the audience. Maybe you have a friend that you feel so comfortable with. You might always have to invite such person to follow you to such events and have the person sit in a strategic place where you can easily look at them, feel safe, feel better, feel calm, and have your presentation. So you can start with that. While you're practicing, get someone that can always stay, maybe 2, 3 people that can be amongst the crowd, such that when you look at them, you feel safe. You feel like you're just talking to them. I believe that would help. Can you help me with intonation rules? This is also in my fluent speech program. I don't really want to talk about particular things like this. Intonation rules, there are lots of them. We have about 4 of them. The major ones, rising and falling. Rising and falling. Statement, use falling. Questions, WH questions, use falling. Yes or no questions, use rising. If you have more to say, use rising. For powerful pause, use rising. I missed yesterday's no light. Phone battery was totally flat. Sorry about that. And I missed today's as well, just joining in. Thank God you're here. Please, ma'am, how can I know the meaning of some words like big grammar without searching it in the Google? Without searching on Google. Dictionary. Dictionary. The essence of English dictionary is to tell us meanings of words, their origin, how to use them correctly, how to pronounce them correctly, etc. So the dictionary, that's why we have the dictionary. Consult the dictionary. Consult the dictionary. Okay, if it is on delivery, I would not recommend ChatGPT. Rather, go on ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT to recommend public speaking delivery tools that can help you, that can give you feedback, right? So you record yourself, you upload it there, then they give you feedback. Another thing you can do is to enroll on the My Fluent Speech program, focus on the public speaking lessons, then we can also give you feedback on a daily basis. So that's what I would recommend. Sometimes I want to give a contribution, but most times lack the right word. How can I build myself? Okay. If you know you're attending an event, a meeting, whatever it is, and you will like to give a contribution or to give contribution, or let's put it this way. Task yourself such that for every event, every meeting, whether online or offline you attend, you must give contribution. You must give contribution. So before the event, prepare yourself. Assume what they would say. Assume where you want to give your contribution. Prepare your contribution. Practice your contribution. We call that a template. So when you get to the meeting and it's time to contribute, simply rearrange your template. For example, the template you have from home says, I believe if the Landlord Association chairman visits the LCDA office tomorrow, and presents our thoughts, we might have the opportunity to meet with the right person to handle it. Let's assume that is the contribution you've prepared from home. Now you got there, you're having the change of what you need to say. All you have to do is re-edit it. I can't remember what I said now. I think I said, I believe. So I believe, now change that part where your estate chairman is visiting the LCDA office tomorrow with what is necessary. Maybe it is every occupant on the estate should be available next Saturday for a proper cleaning or proper visitation to here. The key words there that you might find convincing or confusing rather would be the what we call transitions. Words like furthermore, I recommend, I concur, but feel that you can always fill in the gap. If you have those in place, it's easier for you since you're listening to the conversation. You know what you want to say. It's just to fill in the gap. So in extent, what I'm trying to say is practice. Create several scenarios with or without a proper scenario. Create several scenarios on your own. Fill in the gaps. Have a template that you can always use. So when it is time to contribute, you already know that your template is with regards to what Mr. Hay said. So if this particular occasion, there is no Mr. A, but there is a Mrs. B, just replace it in regards to what Mrs. B presented. I agree with it. However, I feel having this would make it worth a while. So just fill in the gap. We call it templates. So have a template. Yes, thank you, Sonia. That's what I was trying to remember. The sanguine, those that would always love to keep quiet and just be themselves and say they are introverts. That's what I was trying to remember. It affects how we present in public. So if you're someone who is loud, energetic, we don't expect you to get to the public space and start being like you're calm on the gentle side. Be you. There's a reason why God didn't create us the same way. We all have our place. We all have where we will function. Why people act the way they do, I think it is called people's temperament. Okay, ma'am, thank you. How can I eliminate my mother tongue when speaking English? Learn how to pronounce English well. How can I use ChatGPT to pronounce words correctly or fluently? I do not recommend that. That is not what it is made for. How can I master public speaking without shaking? I think I've talked about that part of shaking and forgetting what I am supposed to say. I notice that I'm always judgmental when speaking to students. How can I stop that? Secondary students, am I correct? You might need to find out why you're judgmental. Maybe some of these things you experienced them before and they're shaping your thoughts. So you need to drop it. You need to let go of those experiences so that you can talk more from a part of not being involved. I don't know if that helps, but that's what I can think of right now. Okay, if you have more questions, you can ask. I'll go back to my slide now so that we can call it tonight. The dictionary would say call it a day. Okay, we already tried one of the assignments, so I'll move to the next. So the truth is, according to the feedback I got, some people, they have experienced real shifts in their fluency. Now they know what to do when they get to that stage where it's like nothing is coming out. Instead of just stopping abruptly and not saying anything, they know what to do. And a few of the participants have started the 3 exercises I recommended on day 1. And of course, that is the beauty of all of this. I look forward to meeting you in future or talking about this in future and you telling me, oh, that class did help, right? And you can only achieve that by practicing. We have learned it is time to practice. So here is the thing. To keep this momentum, you need structured, ongoing practice where you can get weekly feedback, where we can hold you accountable. And that is one of the reasons why we have the My Fluent Speech program. It is a complete communication transformation platform. I call it a hub that is built for professionals and family, because children can learn, children from the ages of 3 can learn until adult. So whether you're a professional or you're a child or just an individual, the My Fluent Speech platform is a platform where you can get transformed. Whether you're looking at diction mastery to eliminate mother tongue interference and speak with clarity, or you're trying to improve, write and speak without second guessing, or you're trying to build public speaking confidence where you can stop freezing, stop shivering, and learn to hone the room from the inside, or where you want your kids to learn diction, grammar, reading, spelling, storytelling. It is also a platform where we meet weekly for breakout rooms, real-time conversation, accountability, questions and answer. Then the My Fluent Speech is where you should be. Now, here's something important. The last 2 days, I had announced that we have 100 spots for people to access the My Fluent Speech app at a special price. Right now, we have just 36 spots left out of the 100 spots. The truth is, we have over 200,000 people in our WhatsApp groups. Like I said earlier, the Nigerian groups, we have, I think, 96. Ghanaian group, over 30 something. We have Kenya, we have from different part of the world. So we have over 200,000 on our WhatsApp group. And we are sending messages about the discount to all of them. From the 100 spots, we have just 36 left, which means that once we get the 36 spots filled, the fee would go back to its monthly fee. The My Fluent Speech program is a monthly subscription-based program where you learn at your convenient time. You learn and practice diction, grammar, public speaking, vocabulary, story time, reading for children, spelling for children, speaking for children, writing for children. So it's a monthly fee of 10,999 naira. However, we are giving 100 people, right now we have just 36 spots left, to get access to these at 20,999 naira for a year if you're enrolling on the individual package if you are in Nigeria, and 30,000 naira for a year if you're enrolling on the family package. If you're in Ghana, you get to pay 200 Ghana cedis for a year if you're enrolling on the individual package, or 300 Ghana cedis for a year if you're enrolling on the family package. Remember, once the 36 spots are filled, the fee goes back to a monthly subscription-based fee, which is 10,999 naira in Nigeria, and in Ghana, it is 100 cedis. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to lock the full program. You're not learning just diction. You're learning everything around communication. And we're meeting weekly on Thursdays to practice together, to answer your questions, and to further learn as a founding member rate. Now, here is an insane offer for those who take action tonight. If you're among those who take action tonight, like right now on the spot, I'm going to inform my team to give you a lifetime access to the My Fluent Speech program at that fee. Remember, 20,999 naira for the individual package for a year. But if you enroll tonight, you're paying 20,999 naira for life, which means that as we improve, as we update, as we add other things, you get access to all of those services for free, for life. That is for those who enroll tonight. After tonight, it goes back to its regular 20,999 naira for individual fee for a year, 30,000 naira for family fee for a year, 200 Ghana cedis for individual fee for a year, 300 cedis for family package for a year. And once you get the 36 slots filled, you get to start paying monthly 100 cedis or 10,999 naira. So if you are ready to get this at this incredible, insane offer, go ahead and enroll right now. This is the fact and the final fact. This offer is only for those who take action right now. I would not even talk about it in the groups or anywhere else. So if you're ready to get lifetime access, grab the individual plan if you're in Nigeria for 20,999 naira, the family plan for 30,000 naira if you're in Nigeria. Make your payment into the Zenith Bank account, Fluent Speech Educational Consult, 101-6118-350. If you are in Ghana, grab the lifetime spot now for 200 Ghana cedis for individual plan and 300 Ghana cedis for family plan. Make the payment into MTN Momo, bank name MTN Momo, account name Joel Adeleke, and account number 054-6820-059. This is a once-in-a-lifetime offer. After tonight, if we still have spots, if the 36 spots, we still have some spot left, then you get to pay the same fee for a yearly fee, which means that after 1 year, you need to renew your subscription to access the new features, or you need to just leave the platform. Yeah. So if you have questions, let's get back to the question. I have about 12 minutes to end tonight's session. So if you have questions, this is the time to ask. I noticed that I am always judgmental when speaking to students. Okay, I already answered that. How can one overcome misuse of words when speaking? For example, saying probation instead of probably. Also, the correct use of preposition. Correct use of preposition. Learn prepositions. Learn preposition. On the My Fluent Speech program, grammar. For grammar, we have, I think, 3 or 4 lessons on prepositions. So learn correct preposition. Okay, now for misused words. I think you're confused because they sound alike. Probation, probably. They have pro. They even have proba. My laptop is going off really soon, so I might not spend up to 12 minutes. Okay. So I Apologies, I am back. My network. Do we still have questions? Do we still have questions? Whether about the math, please ask, or what we have learned, feel free to ask, please. If you've got any question, please ask. Feel free to ask your questions. Still under my Fluent Speech program, you have a lifetime access, if you enroll tonight, to all the lessons on the My Fluent Speech program, all upgrades, updates, and all. If you're in Nigeria, the family package is 30,000 Naira, where 6 people can learn. Whether you're together or apart, then we have 20,900. I am back. Please ask your questions. If you have questions, please ask. If you have questions, please ask in the chat. You said we should try to learn new words daily. How is it possible not to forget all the words learned at the end of the week or at the end of the month? By practicing. I said practice, learn and practice. Use each word at least once, at least 7 times. Once you learn a word, use it at least 7 times. My coach would say 21 times, but that was why I said at least 7 times. Please, the WhatsApp group to send evidence of payment for Fluent Speak program. You can go to any group where you got the link to join the class, and you send the evidence of payment to any of the admins in the group. Send the evidence of payment to any of the admins in the group. Just check any of the groups that you belong to. Look out for the admins. Send the evidence of payment to any of the admins. For the family owner, for us too tonight, will it equally be for life for our family too? Yes, we have live sessions on Thursdays. We have live sessions for adults, and we have live sessions for kids. So it depends on how many kids are joining from your end and how many adults. So you join the appropriate live classes on Thursdays. How can I add speed when communicating? I am too slow in speaking. Now, there's nothing like too slow or too fast. It depends on the pace that is comfortable for you and comfortable for your audience. So if that pace you feel you're too slow in is comfortable for you and your audience, please keep using it. But if it's not comfortable, then you can work on it. So add speed simply means reduce the pauses between words. Do not speak word for word. Instead, speak in chunks. So for example, if you want to say, I would appreciate if you attend the birthday party with me tomorrow. Instead of saying, I will appreciate if you attend the birthday party. Instead of speaking word by word, speak in chunks. That sentence, you can break it into just 2 chunks. I would appreciate that 1 chunk. If you attend the birthday party with me, that's another chunk. I would appreciate there's no pause in between those words until you get to appreciate before you take a pause. But if you're taking a pause in between each word, that will slow you down. My challenge lies in overcoming the fears of errors when speaking. You need to understand that you cannot do without mistakes. You can't do without mistakes. When you make mistakes when speaking, you're expected to correct yourself immediately. That is if you know, right? Now, if you don't correct yourself, then the mistakes will turn to errors. But it's normal for us to make mistakes when speaking. That is one of the reasons why we are human. That is why we are not God. So you shouldn't have fear of mistakes. Rather, once you make a mistake, correct it immediately so it doesn't become an error. Any other question? If you want to make payment tonight, how much are you supposed to pay for the life package in Ghana? Individual package for Ghana is 200 Ghana cedis. Family package in Ghana is 300 Ghana cedis. So it depends on the one you want to go for. That will give you lifetime access to learning on the My Fluent Speech app. After tonight, the fee becomes a yearly fee. And once the slots are filled, it becomes a monthly fee. Yes, the family package will be for life too if you enroll tonight. After tonight, it's off the table. How do I overcome fear in public speaking? My voice usually shakes and my mind goes blank. You need to be prepared. Don't cram your words. Just be prepared. Second, know that they are humans like you. You don't have to be scared of your audience. They believe you know better than them. That is why they came to listen to you. So see yourself as the boss. And like I said earlier, your audience don't even know what you want to say. It doesn't mean you should lie. They know if it is truth or a lie. They know that. But what I'm trying to say is they don't know how you intend to put it. So even if you're making errors and you're able to do that calmly, they might not even know you made errors. Just like the example we saw this evening. How can I send my payment receipt to the group when we can't send messages to the group? Send your payment receipt to the admin. Any group where you got the link to join this class, go to the profile where you have the list of numbers in the group. You'll see some numbers written admin in front of them. Click on it, send your receipts to that number. Otherwise, I'll write my phone number on the screen now. You cannot access it on WhatsApp, but of course you can send me an SMS to tell me that you just made your payment. It's a Nigerian number, so I'm not sure if Ghanaians can access it. It might be more expensive to them. I don't even know. Okay, let me put my 2+3 in case they want to use it as well. 810317875. Oh, I have a Ghanaian number, but I don't know it offhand. I'll have stated that here as well. I have an MTN number, but I don't know it offhand. So if you're unable to get the admins on the group, simply send an SMS to this number. Send an SMS to this number that I just made my payment. Here is my WhatsApp number. Then we can reach out to you. Any other question? I stammer each time I'm talking, whether to a large crowd or not. Though I am not a stammerer, how can I stop it? You need to know why you stammer. So now it's not a case of size. It might be a case of not knowing. Maybe when you get to a word that you're not sure of, is that when you stammer? Or when you're talking about a topic you're not familiar with? So you need to know why you stammer. So that when you find yourself in situations like that, you can prepare better so you do not stammer. Please, what time are we joining the class on Thursday? That would be made known in the group. That will be made known in the group. Of course, it's going to be a convenient time for everyone because we understand that some people might go to work. So it's going to be a convenient time and there will be replays. Like I said, you cannot use ChatGPT to improve. You can only use it as a tool to practice. I mentioned that earlier. ChatGPT is not made for English language. Though in fact, ChatGPT speaks all language. And even if you ask ChatGPT to edit for you or correct you when it comes to English, ChatGPT itself will tell you it's not a pro at that. That is, it can also make mistakes, can also make error. So ChatGPT is not a tool to improve. It is only a tool to help you practice. Practicing eye contact in public has become one of my major challenges. How can I overcome it? Are you a shy person, Ikechukwu? If you are, you don't have to look at everybody. You don't have to look at all your audience. You can just stick to 3 people, one at the left, one in the center, one at the right. So that way it seems like you're looking at everyone. Please, I'll pay half tonight, then pay the balance by next weekend. I need the individual plan. Okay? How can one overcome misuse words? I think I've attended to that. Please, I've registered for individual package. Can I add 100 Ghana cedis to it so I can add my family? Yes, please. Does that mean we are done with this program? Yes, the 3-day Speak Up and Flow live session ends tonight. Other live sessions we'll be having from next week are mainly for those in the My Fluent Speech program. So enroll right now, because right now you're getting a rare offer. This is an offer I've not done before for the My Fluent Speech program, and it will not repeat itself. Once you miss it tonight, you've missed it. It's not gonna show up again. I won't even talk about it in the groups, because what you're paying to get lifetime access to it is what some people pay to get just a year access to it. And of course, some people will still pay monthly if they do not take the founders offer before it ends. We have just 36 spots. I believe it's less now. Some people have paid already. We have just 36 spots, less than 36 spots to close the founders offer. But tonight I had that a lifetime spot where for Nigerians, you get lifetime access to the individual plan. If you pay 20,999 Naira, and you get lifetime access for family plan if you pay 30,000 Naira into the Zenith bank account with the account number 1016118-350 with the account name Fluent Speech Educational Consult. If you are in Ghana, you get lifetime access to the individual plan at 200 Ghana cedis, 300 Ghana cedis for family plan. Make your payment into the MTN Momo line 054-6820-059, Joel Adeleke. You can send your receipt to any of the admins in the group where you got the link to join this session, or you send an SMS to this Nigerian number +2348103178750. Do you have any question? If you have any question about my Fluent Speech program, about the 3-day free class, now is the time to ask before I wrap up things. Account details. The account details is on the screen. I'll bring the account details back. The Nigerian account details, Zenith Bank 101-6118-350, Zenith Bank, Fluent Speech Educational Consult. If you are in Ghana, MTN Momo, Joel Adeleke, 054-6820-059. Send your receipt to any of the admins in the group, or you send an SMS to that Nigerian number 2348103178750. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Any other question? What are we learning in the plan that we are going to pay for tonight? Everything about communication. Everything about communication. Vocabulary, the use of words, using correct words, pronunciation, pronouncing words without mother tongue, ensuring that your Ekiti, your Anambra, your Kaduna accent or mother tongue is not showing when you speak English. Grammar, being able to use the right word at the right time, being able to pair words together correctly. Public speaking, being able to put your thought out, whether in impromptu speech or even in prepared speech, without shivering, without losing your mind, without forgetting your words. without having blank minds, without feeling like the word should open and swallow you. Fluency, eloquency, confidence, that is what you will be learning as adults. Children will be learning reading skills, writing skills, spelling skills, speaking skills, all the 4 areas of speaking, and especially listening skills, such that before they become adults, they have been able to sort everything around communication confidence. Can we pay instrumentally? Can we pay in installments? I'm afraid I don't have answers to that. Okay, let me give you the opportunity. Yes, so far we haven't given anyone opportunity to pay in installments, even those that paid before now. But because I'm doing something crazy tonight, yes, you can pay in 2 installments. Once you complete your payment, you get access to it. Did you say if we make payment tonight, we will pay 100 Ghana cedis? No. 100 Ghana cedis? No. 200 Ghana cedis for family plan, 300 Ghana cedis for 200 Ghana cedis for individual plan, 300 Ghana cedis for family plan. Someone said he already paid 200 Ghana cedis. So he wanted to complete the fee so he can have access to family plan instead of individual plan. That was why I said yes earlier. But if you're just enrolling, it is 200 Ghana cedis for individual plan, 300 Ghana cedis for family plan. How can I speak big grammar when speaking? I do not recommend speaking big grammar. The purpose of communicating, the purpose of sounding polished, and having good command of English is not to speak big grammar. It is not about big grammar. Most times when you speak big grammar, people don't even understand what you're saying. One of my coaches, he speaks big grammar, and I always try to avoid him when we meet in congregations. Hear things like, instead of saying, it's a good day, you could say something like, it's an exquisite day. You might not even use the word day. You could say, it's an exquisite sundown, and I really feel. No, I wouldn't use the word feel. That's how he speaks, because the word feel is redundant, and he's going to think of a big word that means feel and use it in place of it. I always try to avoid him. He's still my coach anyway. I've learned so much from him. But that part of him, I don't enjoy it. But if you want it, it's fine. How can you speak big grammar words? Learn them. Learn them, practice them, and use them. It's that simple. But it's not recommended. Any other question? You can still enroll on the lifetime access offer to the My Fluent Speech program, where you can learn anything about your communication. It's just like DSTV, where you can watch age-appropriate content. Same on the My Fluent Speech program, we have age-appropriate learning and practice sessions for different ages around anything about communication. Anything at all about communication. Plus the live sessions on Thursdays is going to be a bomb every Thursday. I have so much. I've missed talking to a lot of people at the same time. So I have so much to offer. You will not go wrong with it. 100 Ghana cedi tonight for lifetime? No. 200 Ghana cedi tonight for family plan, lifetime access to family plan. 300 Ghana cedis tonight for family plan. I hope I'm not confusing you. My payment will be in installment. That's fine. 2 installments. 2 installments. Once you complete your payment, you get access to it. Any other question? My laptop is gonna go off. I have to turn off my light to save my laptop battery with my solar. My solar is running down already. It's a raining day here today. So I couldn't charge. Any other question, please? So you have the opportunity to get lifetime access to the My Fluent Speech program, where adults have access to public speaking lessons and practice, grammar lessons and practice, not just grammar rules. the usage, how to use them in workplace, especially in interviews, meetings, etc. Excuse me. Vocabulary, how to improve your active word bank. And of course, public speaking, how to speak anywhere, anytime, without feeling bad or going blank. Children would also have age-appropriate lessons around listening skills, speaking skills, writing skills, and reading skills. So if you want to enroll as an individual, if you enroll tonight in Ghana, 200 Ghana cedis, you get lifetime access. If you enroll for the family plan, 300 Ghana cedis, tonight you get lifetime access. Make your payment into MTN Momo, Joel Adeleke, 054 6820 059. If you are in Nigeria, you get lifetime access. If you pay 20,999 Naira tonight for the individual plan, and you get lifetime access for the family plan if you pay 30,000 Naira tonight. Make your payment into Zenith Bank, Fluent Speech Educational Consult, 101-611-8350. Send your receipt to any of the admins in the group, or the WhatsApp or the Nigerian number there. You can send SMS to that number, 234-810-317875. Oh. Any question? Please, can you extend payments till the end of tomorrow? I'm sorry, I cannot, because I do not want to talk about it in the group. I don't want so much people on this. Putting this up today, my team, they were not happy with it. And they're saying, Diction, you have started again. You have started again. So I don't want to do anything that will make them not to want to trust me moving forward. There's network problem when you talked about probation and probably. I couldn't hear you. I said that those words, I think you're making errors because they sound alike. So you can have a list of those words that you misuse, that you confuse. We call them confusing words. Have a list of them. Revisit their meanings in the dictionary and their pronunciation. And when you speak, be intentional when you want to use them. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a restful evening. I believe I've attended to all questions. Ma'am, I just fit now, but it's like network is about to generate receipt now. What do I do? Just send your name. If you're in Nigeria, send your name to that number. That's number I wrote on the screen so that we can note the name. So once we see it, we would notice. I do not want to talk about it in the group. That's a challenge. So Sonia, I might give you that opportunity to pay yours tomorrow. Sonia and Nanji, both of you. I have paid for 200 tonight, but I want the family. Okay, you can upgrade once you have it. But when you're upgraded, that now depends on if you get lifetime access or not. Please extend the payment now. I'm sorry. I can't do that. If I extend, I have to talk about it in the group. And I do not want to do that. That's a challenge. So Obi, if you can pay tomorrow, I'll give you until tomorrow. May the Almighty make a way for all of us. May He ease our affairs. Okay? I think we have to go now. Thank you, Dashmi. Thank you, everyone. Have a restful evening. Remember to practice. Practice, practice, practice. If you don't practice, then it's all a joke. Practice, practice, practice. So thank you for doing this with me. I wouldn't say hope you got value. I believe you got value. If you got value, let me know in the chat. If the 3 days or if it was just one day you attended, the few hours spent together, if it is worth it, please let me know. Let me know. I want your feedback. Let me read some feedback before I go to bed so I can hug them and feel better tonight. Any feedback for me? Thank you, Patience. Dashmi, thank you. Chioma, thank you. Obi, thanks so graciously. Thank you, Sonia. It is worthwhile. I love that, Falashade. I appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. It's time to go to bed. Somebody said I have made my payment and send the receipt to your DM. Thank you. Actually got value. Thank you, Williams. So have a restful evening, and I wish all of you a phenomenal week, a productive one, a rich one, financially, spiritually, physically, in the name of Jesus. Inshallah. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye, everyone. Amen. Yeah, amen.